Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Theater. Los's Angels. The episode is Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Let's do a quick recap of important details.
My God.
Number What's that? Yes. Yes. We'll go exactly with that, but that'll be the highlight of it. Number one, you all traveled a quick flashback. You all traveled here from Earth through the portal done in Hollywood that looked exactly like that was the exact model of the Stargate model, just rebuilt and magicified, so that's how you got to the Whitestone, where just as you were transporting from Whitestone to the new base, Scar crashed in, threw her axe, hit the mom, Maria, and while you guys were mid-transport, split off and landed elsewhere. You eventually met up with Los, and he gave you one important mission. Go to the Arcana Pensophago. Set up this quick temporary teleport that'll allow us and our soldiers to come in. You are to sneak into the Arcana Pensophago, set this up, so that we can kill Allura.
You want me to do new things?
Oh no!
One at a time.
No.
You do not touch Allura. He's mine. Esa puta la voy a matar yo.
He wasn't also entrusting it to you guys. He was entrusting it to Q.
No.
And speaking of Q, quick flashback scene with Los, demanding Radar, poor little young Radar, that show him that he's not a poser, that he's here for real, and he's choking that dude. Just hush, just go, just die. And then flashback as well to another time when he was in danger, and Q saved him rather than saving Dominique. A little bit of a love romance possibly there. Flashback to as well Radar. Was it? It doesn't matter. We'll go elsewhere. So you left you took your caravan with you. Sorry, not a caravan, a cart. You took a cart from Whitestone. Were on the road when you were attacked in a caravan. That's how you're leading towards Emon. You're on your way down the roads. It'll take you several weeks. The first part of it, you were waylaid by owlbears, where you all fought. Even though you're there to be discreet and subtle and not let anybody know your real plan, that you guys are from a completely different realm, dirt realm, here to infiltrate. But you bought these owlbears, and Dominique was killed for exactly 6 seconds.
Bugbears, not owlbears.
Thank you, bugbears. Appreciate you. All of these sorts of weird bears.
Oh, that was the night before.
Yeah. Bugbears. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. When we had this little preview, the last thing you in your sleep and recovery had this dream where the goddess of death here, the lady in white, was just looking at you curiously, and so was transformed into her champion, the champion of ravens, as well, looking at you very curiously. And that's how we ended. Now you're all caught up with the important events, unless there's some recap that you all think are important that I completely forgot about.
Carlos, after we faced owl bears and bugbears, please do not, under any circumstances, send us T-Rex bears. Okay?
T-Rex
We don't want to see T-Rex bears.
Or Polaroberosauruses.
What would you?
Polaroberosauruses,
Okay.
yes.
It's werebears. It's werebears.
Wait. We had owl bears.
And
We had
bugbears.
bugbears. So we need something that starts with a T. Oh my.
Next one needs to be light bears.
Oh, no. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Oh yeah.
Why do you think I was getting that? And Carlos caught it.
Thank you. Okay. That's what we're going into.
I got
it. Well.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Wooster, that you have no clue what's about to happen to us.
Does it have something to do with Xi Jinping?
Oh, because the lions and bears and tigers. Oh my!
Yeah, he doesn't get any of the. He doesn't get any of the.
Note,
It's
Wooster
Wizard
has
of
never
Oz.
seen the Wizard of Oz ever in his life. Does not know the reference. Follow the yellow brick road. It's okay. It's fine. That movie's like what, almost 100 years old at this point.
Are those or cans?
Anyways, back to the story.
The bads.
1939.
We start off with a few days ago. The portal. As all of you are passing by, a unseen figure steps through by himself through the same portal from the dirt realm to the Teldori realm. This figure that steps through, robed, completely black robed, hooded, the face unseen, steps forward from head to foot, completely covered in black robes. As he steps through, he's in his hand, as it comes out of the as a pale white hand holding a long, like a walking stick. He taps on the ground, and a scythe comes out. And in subtitle, he says something. And in subtitles, it says, "Death, annoyed groan." And he steps through again. Flashback. Cut to the same slow walking pace. Nobody this time now seems to be in a crowded area in Whitestone, where parties are going on, and again it's just a figure robed in black, identified, and now you would recognize him as what you all would consider Earth Dirt Realm Death, the specter of him. Except here, nobody identifies him. A quick scene of him following Q as she's there at this sort of mausoleum-style door, while she's following somebody else. Death seems to be at the same spot, and when she leaves, he walks slowly. Cut to him being right in front of the door, knocking. Actually, doesn't knock. He would be much cooler than that. He stomps his scythe on the ground. The door's just open, and he steps through. Now we cut to a new city. Present time. We're in we're in a new city. It cuts to a scene where one of you is in a nice. Actually, we'll cut to Radar, who's again in bed, surrounded by this time three ladies of negotiable affection. Uh, Another elf, a dwarf, and a dragonborn lady. The camera does this thing where it changes to another bedroom, and it's Froggy asks, "How does he afford this?" Gold bars, my friend, gold bars. Cuts to the camera frame starts and moves to a new room where one of you is awaking, and we're in the new city now. We've arrived. It's sometime in the future. We've arrived to a new part of town, to the new town, halfway between here and Emon, and I forget the name of it. Craghammer. Nope, not Craghammer. Kimal. Westrun. Westrun. There we go. Westrun. Big, 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 big area. Yeah, tiny gold bars, boyish good looks, and they're, I mean,
Someone's been skimming on the top, eh?
Yeah. So it's another room. Let's cut to one of you guys who would like to volunteer to tell me what's been happening in the last few days leading up to here, and what has been your you. We're gonna do this randomly again, huh? All right. Random it is. Blink says, oh no, Blink didn't roll one today. Pistoliero 1, Karl 2, Q3, Dominique 4. Roll 1d4. 3. Q. What have you been up to since the events where you fought off the owl?
Bug.
No, not the owlbear.
The bugbears.
The bugbears. And now where you're here in the city of Western. Oh, I should probably put you guys show you the map where you guys are at. Probably a good idea, huh?
I went to look at the map.
Yeah. There you guys. This is my fault. That's on me being a bad DM. That's on me here. You guys are right about here. I just circled
Froggy. It. I love you, Froggy. That's funny.
Well,
does Q even want to stop his little hobbies? This is the question. Does she really care that much?
We'll hopefully in today's episode we'll investigate that.
Can we leave Q's preferences off the table right now, sir? Well, we got to this town.
Westrun.
Yeah, Q's been doing her normal deception forgeries for people because she does know that people are going to need updated informations, or they don't know what the latest law is.
Ooh, so let me yes and as well. There's some members that you know. There's some people here that you know from Los's association. I had to figure out a handshake thing. Like if you come up at any point, you know how we said this.
Mm-hmm.
The response from the other person's got to be this.
Loser!
It's Los. Anyways, continue. So you know a few people in this area. Like this is a staging ground. There's some few, not from dirt, but from here that have been working secretly. Anyways, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to add to it.
So Q's updating like paperwork, everything, what she really needs, because once we get to Emon, it's all hands on deck, and one wrong move from anybody in the party, we're in the dungeons and we're good as gone, because we've got big baddies that are not just on the streets with us, but they're watching from the skies. And she does not want to go head to head with somebody's little daughter.
Yes. And on that note, too, you find out from the local rumors in that area. You've been finding out from agents that the Arcana Pontifical is actively. Because Karl, a few weeks ago, Karl warned the base that they were coming, they took everything and immediately and ran. That's when you guys had an adventure later on as the Arcana Pontifical to go clear it out. But thanks to Karl giving them a heads up that they were on their way, they cleared out just in time. You have heard rumors that the Arcana Pontifica know Los. And they're like desperately looking everywhere. All the major towns, including Westrun, all the major towns, all the local areas, they're like, that's their main goal number one right now is to find him. Anyways, continue on.
So as she's here, with the contacts, they actually taught her how to do non-detect to help with the eyes, because she knows that there's no way she's going to get around this. Especially if she has to filtrate into the higher levels. Granted, she's got a few of their faces, but it knows a little bit about them. But to mask her mind from the eyes, that's a different story unto itself.
Well, yes, good. All right, so that's what you've been up to. A lot of good exposition there. I love it. All right, moving on to the next person. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
The whole thing of Radar's little hobbies.
Do you even know about that?
Again, somebody can't hide the fact that they have tiny little pieces of gold. And that's a plan all into itself. So it doesn't mean someone isn't skimming off of that scheme.
Okay. So you're somewhat aware. What's your thoughts on that? Do you care? Have you been following? Do you see? Have you brought it up? If not, we'll bring it up later on.
I just make sure I scan who's going into that room.
Gotcha. So we'll cut to a scene where you see him negotiating, and like they're like saying like, and he's like, no. And the three girls at the table, and he pulls out one of the very noticeable gold bars, and the three of them like, ooh, light up. You do a quick scan, and you're just like looking subtly to make sure, like, zoom in on like, okay, no weapons, everything seems fine, and they just lead him upstairs, and you just nonchalantly go back to your meal or drink, whatever, having scanned them.
Basically. Or I've already talked to the innkeeper beforehand about the ladies here.
Perfect. All right. All right. Let's go with. We already have number 3. So...
Can I pick?
Well, I rolled Wooster, so now I don't know.
I was going to say Wooster.
There we go. It takes care of both.
Mon Dieu, mon Dieu, mon Dieu. It was an predicament last night, and I ended up doing a terrible thing.
What did you do?
Remember when we got to the inn, and they did not have a private room for me?
What? No private room for you, really?
Oui. No.
What did you do?
I burgled inside the innkeeper's room.
You burgled the innkeeper's room.
And I steal all of his left socks. Now he will have to go with different pairs every day.
You stole all his left socks. That is evil. Absolutely evil. Oh my god. Evil.
Overall, as a plan, this sucks, but I like it.
The camera cuts to you very. I mean, it's It's comedic in tone. We have that little annoying trombone music that you hear like in early 2000s Disney and like cartoon. Yeah, as you're sneaking by, I hate that trombone little music.
Every step makes the makes the floorboard skrik just a little.
Yeah. Yes.
2 socks. Yeah, when he pocket, went back. 2 socks. When he pocket, went back.
You spend an inordinate amount of time like sorting them and then making them look all back to normal. Like, okay, no, it was like this. No, I just did like this. And then it's an insane amount of time that you spend on making this prank happen just perfectly.
Boy.
You come back with a little baggie of like,
Ooh, that sucks.
You monster indeed, Froggy. I think he's gonna get the MVP for most evil so far. All right, what do we got? Number 2.
You mean MEP?
Dean, you know what? Take some inspiration for that.
Ooh, c'est inspiration.
Inspiration. Both you and Q have inspiration. Karl, tell me, what has your... Oh, I'm sorry. Before we move on, is there anything further you'd like to add?
No.
All right. Karl. Or is it Karl?
How can I top that? I could
You
go in and,
always go behind me.
I could
You
go
have
in
to
and steal his
top
other socks, but what's the point? Oh, maybe his shoes. No. Yeah, he only has left socks and right shoe. No, what is a left sock anyway? All right. Which town are we in again? Westrun?
Yeah, Westrun.
Okay.
I think I moved you all to the... and you can
Yeah, we're on the
show-
map. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a giant orange
there it
thing
is.
around it. Okay. Well, given that my normal propensity is head for the slimiest place and get information there about what's going on in the town, but we're not going to be here long enough because I presume we're leaving the next day.
we don't know. I honestly have no plan. This is completely...
Oh.
There is zero plan. There's
Well,
just
all right
things
then.
that are set up, and how you trigger them will happen.
Well, I'll guess then I will go with, what if we're here more than one night? So I will go for the seedy end of town as per usual. Mysteriously cloaked stranger who's too tall for most of these people goes into the seediest back alley bar / rat hole that he can find.
Sure.
And I'm going to try out some of my see if there actually could be people. There could be people from Dirt here. It is possible. I'm going to try out some of my recognition signals from Earth. None of this loser to the forehead stuff. I'm going to try out some of the signals from the seedy edges of Los Angeles. Yeah.
All right.
Let's
You're going to
see
throw down some gang signs?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't flash that out
Be
screen.
careful. What you do? We do not need them on us.
Don't worry, these guys don't watch this shit.
Since I wouldn't know what any of them actually were, anything I signal in the future will not have anything to do with anything. All right, there we go.
All right, so I want to be very clear here, because there's do you want to get people from that are from the now Dirt, or people that are
who came from Dirt,
who are at this point half Dirt, half Tal'Dorei?
Um, I'm thinking
Because at
that
this point, it's many years in the future. It's
yeah,
or
yeah, but if they're half dirt, half Teldori, they probably won't remember much from Los Angeles because
right.
I'm more thinking of people who were originally from dirt. So the older scum.
Yes. So you want to search them out?
Yes.
You you find them, and you have them. There's a few like half dirt, half Taldora humans, mudbloods we call them.
Copyright infringement. Okay.
I mean, you're from dirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
The planet is literally called dirt. I don't know what you want me to do. It's mudblood.
Good one. Okay. Yes.
All right,
They're
so
muggles.
there's a couple of mudbloods take you to
Are you insinuating that the Taldori call their planet water?
no, but it's watered down. So
Oh.
anyway, so they take him to go see their grandpa, and he's from the old dirt realm, back from Carlos's times. He could tell you some stories.
Okay. Sounds exactly like what I'm looking for.
What would you like to find? No, Sonny.
Just the what brought all this on? Why is there such animosity between, well, given he's from Earth, I can say Earth. Earth
No,
and
you could literally only
oh,
say dirt. The word earth
oh,
does not ever it exists in Taldori. Why
okay.
this is why you're called dirties.
Okay. Okay. From between dirt and Taldore or short Dore or whatever. Wasn't Dory a fish? Never mind.
Taldori. This is good. This old man. Actually, I'm gonna do the Cheech Marin voice. Orale. Listen, I used to work with Carlos back in the day. I was there when the whole thing happened, eh? So check it out. We were working for like this dude, and I thought he was like all dragon, like I thought it was all CGI makeup and shit, because he looked like a dragon, and he was like this big tall dude, right? And he has like this glowing red green hand thing, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck is that? And so for the first time ever, this old man is reanimating, telling his version of the story. So we used to look for and find out like this is like some badass motherfucker from like some strange place in D&D land called Taldori or some bullshit like that. So like, I mean, we're here now, so this is where he was from, but he comes down to dirt. He comes down to dirt and like tries to take over and like infect everything, but it's cool because Carlos is works for him. He's the number 2 number man. But then the dude gets killed by like these dudes from Taldori, legendary dudes. Like some cops go after him. It's like whoa. Anyways, Carlos gets a hold of this magic hand, right? And he goes fucking crazy and gets all these strange powers and starts like, you know what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna go back to Taldor and we're gonna kick fucking ass in that place. That place is gonna be ours and we're gonna be kings, man. Or my name isn't Carlos Reyes. And so he's got he's in charge of this drug lord cartel and everything, right? So he has all this money, and so we figure out this way to like use the magic and shit to like go to Taldori, like for real, right? So we got this plan that we're gonna like go in and invade and take over this whole place, and we're gonna merge the 2 areas, and because Earth is starting to die because of that whole COVID bullshit that happened, and so like we go and like fuck, shit gets weird and like crazy magic bullshit happens, like for real. This place is crazy, but that place had like explosions and dragons, and like there's all these like uh heroes and shit they stopped, I guess, our invasion. So and this fucking monster came out. Like it wasn't really like we weren't really merging. We accidentally brought in this whole Cthulhu thing. I was like rah, 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 and killing everything, and like for real, like Cthulhu, and then just like that, it was all disappeared, and like we're in chains, man, and like we're getting interrogated now. I and a few others, like we jetted the fuck out of there. The second I saw that Cthulhu bullshit, I'm out. Fuck this motherfucking place, and I
I
raised a family.
completely understand why that would scare the shit out of you. It would scare the shit out of me. And I keep my shit really under control. No X-Lax for me. Okay, cool. How long ago was this?
This was like
50 years?
yeah. It was like see the thing is he should be dead because this was like what? A couple hundred years, 400, 300 years ago. Teldory time.
Yeah, just leave it there.
It's like I don't know, but like I'm kind of like because of the dirt thing, I'm living longer than I should be. Like that was 300 years ago, man. I've been here for like ever now.
300 years?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Time must move different here.
And with that, unless there's something else you want to go get past.
No, but I was just trying to do the math. Okay. It was the 90s, maybe the 90s when Wooster's original character there and John
Wooster and what's the original characters?
Jericho and Fang.
Yeah, Jericho and Fang went to Earth in the 90s, was it?
2019. Oh, 2020, yeah. Pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so 50 years has passed on Earth, but 300 has passed here?
Yes.
So 6 to 1.
Okay. Just trying to do the math. Okay.
So every minute you spend here, you spend 6 minutes on Earth. No, wait, the other way around.
Other way around.
And it actually works a little bit differently. Like it could even like I've been thinking about that a lot, and from like different theories that come up in different books and shit. Like what I think is happening is like it slows up and slows down and goes up and goes down. It doesn't like consistent like. I don't know.
Instead of a flat river going across the land, it's got all these weird wind bends and twists in the river.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, exactly.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. I like that, eh? Thanks, nephew. Thanks, grandson.
No problem, Grandpa. and the grandson looks like he's 90.
Yeah. Okay, you can whoosh now.
All right, let's go to Dominique.
Dominique, after, that 6 seconds, 6 seconds seems like a lifetime being dead. And as soon as she got back to the inn, or to an inn, I should say, she wrote and drew in her diary the persons that she saw. And it really got her thinking, holy shit, what is out there? So she goes down to the tavern and she sits in a corner and she just watches people. And now she's looking for little nuances. She's looking for the dark. She's looking for things that just might pop out at her that she never really comprehended before or thought about before. She's always been, she looked, but she didn't look because now she had that death experience. Now she's actually thinking and looking, and it's like, I know there's more. There's got to be more. I mean, I know I was fucking dead. I know there's something. This world is jacked. Oh my freaking God. And she's looking around. And she's watching people and she's looking for the dark. Does she see anything?
Yes. So much yes. What you're describing is people hearing but not listening. Now you know to listen. And it's so much more. You see subtle things that you would dismiss because now you're in their point of view. And you see now both just how dumb everything is. People's little tiny arguments. Bullshit. So much bullshit. And you see like what's really behind their anger is fear. Fear of something. Fear of the unknown. Fear of death. That's the real reason why the more and more you start watching these people, and you're now seeing past where you could cut off the emotion of reaction and just really see what's there and not what the mask that people are portraying. So much more. I'm going to give you intuition with advantage from this point forward. However,
Intuition or
yes,
insight?
Insight. That's what I meant. Like insight.
Okay.
Insight. I'm going to give you insight with advantage from this point forward. Because I like what I'm yes-ending this enthusiastically. So, but one of the very interesting things that you see, and at first, you're now like this new calm. Like you could like, as little annoyances get to you. At one point, somebody brought like this dude like smacks into like actually bumps into you while you're doing a thing, and you scribble over, and you look, and it's like this mean, just evil dude looking down at you. Whereas normally you would react with anger. You just let it go because you see fear in his eyes, and you're like,
So I do one of these,
yeah,
and then I go back to
completely ignoring, and then like because that's what you do to bullies,
Yep.
And you could see now that. But when he goes to sit down and he starts like when he goes to sit down and starts like heavily drinking in the corner, you see him one more time after you've done some correction and you're scanning people. You think you see something, but you're not sure. For a brief second, that darkness, that thing that he's fearing, death. Not just death, but like the actual personification. Dark robes, long scythe, very silver, almost like flashing in the darkness for a brief second. And with that, as a scythe turns, catches light subtly towards your attention, it eliminates the rest of the shadow where the robed figure of death, not showing his face again, just is there and disappears. You're not even sure that you saw. You think it might just be a trick of the light or some bullshit.
I do one of these. So, and
And then he moves like the candle, whatever the dude like who's there like moves the candle a little bit closer to himself. That's there on the table, and the shadows illuminate, and there's absolutely nothing there in the shadows.
And then I grab the candle and I bring it closer to me because I'm still drawing.
Yes.
As a indication that I understand that, you want the candle, but I'm still doing something with it. Not giving him the attention just as if he's not even there. Just grabbing the candle, bringing it back closer to me, and continue drawing. No words. Just
Well, he goes, he see him like for a second, I don't know, have this annoyed face and just leaves the bar area and just goes somewhere completely different.
But as he's leaving, I watch him to see if that darkness, that death is following him, to see if it's actually there.
Because when you were like staring, he got uncomfortable, and now he's like he's doing that thing where he's intentionally not looking your way.
I'm not looking at him.
I know.
I'm looking
I know.
around him.
There is. You don't see it anymore. There's a brief glimpse, and you're not even sure you saw it. But like, maybe it's, you know what? It's probably just something in your mind. You just died. You're projecting shadows, smoke. I don't know. Whatever. That you turn on the. You look. Go. You go back to drawing, and the wind fluttered the pages back to those same images that you had drawn of the lady and her feathered, blackened, winged, feathered, elfin-faced champion, the champion of ravens.
He sits back and thinks, is there a connection between death on, in her head, she's thinking Earth. She doesn't say it outside. And what I saw when I died. Is there a connection? And that's where she's in thought.
Good. Keeping that thought. So, here we are in Westrun. Let's all meet at the usual table for breakfast. The next day,
Oh. A Pistoliero takes one of Karl's breakfast sausages and eats it.
nice.
Is that
nice.
what's that hanging out of your pocket? Reaches over and pulls out a sock.
Pistoliero. You have this stuck in you.
Why do you have a sock in your pocket?
In the background, you
Where
see
else would I keep it?
Is that the sock in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?
Oui.
No, it's the banana.
In the
Oh, it's
tailpipe?
my gun.
Oh, no.
It's my gun.
Speaking of socks in their pocket, Radar is here too. Hi guys. So
He didn't sleep in for once.
well, I got an early call from Los. So like he's operations are going good, setups are being made. We have a timeline. In about 30 days, estimation, we'll get closer when we get by, but the plan is from 30 days, 30 Caldoric days from now, or exactly whatever. We should arrive in Emon, and hopefully by then get prepared for our mission. On that note, we have some allies that can help us out a bit. So we're to stick around for a little bit while we get some allies set up. And on that note, we are going to meet here, or at least Q. We're going to need you to meet with with Laura nearby and go on or we're going to go on a couple missions. Meanwhile, we're to stand by and get preparations set up for the next part of our leg where we travel to Emon and Kemal via Kemal, and he pulls out the map. We're gonna go basically from. Can you guys hear me all right? Because I was whispering.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
All right. How do I draw? Is this drawing? Okay, good. So here's the next spot, and then eventually from there we'll have the big stretch to Emon. So he makes sure that there's. Oh, you know what he does? He pulls out this device here on the table, and it's this weird sort of definitely dirt technology intermixed with runes and sort of these crystals, and one of them is like this really dark. There's sketchings and wires and stuff, and it's darkish purple, silverish, and this greenish glow. Fuck yeah, that's what we're gonna. Greenish glow. And anyways, it's his device, and he starts enabling, and then he puts his napkin over it. This will let us talk in peace without being observed.
The Cone of Silence. I remember this from a Get Smart episode.
This is the exact device that we're going to use in the episode that we use with the gentleman. Oh yeah, there we go. I literally just came up with that by accident. Maybe not. It was in my subconscious. Doesn't matter. So, here's the plan. There's this group, and they're called the Clasp, and they're run by the gentleman right now. They're an underground group that does things differently and knows all the ins and outs of Emon. We're gonna hopefully infiltrate. I mean, we have a few of our members, of Los's members, in there, but we're going to negotiate a technique where we go through the tunnel system to the Arcana Pansophago, or at least us, because right now only Q can get to the Arcana Pansophago in user portal systems because of her shapeshifting thing. And as he looks at you, he blushes for a brief second. With your ability to shapeshift to any shape you want. So we're meeting with Laura, and Q, you and her are to go to Iman via some sort of portal system or quick travel system, and negotiate our way in. In the meantime, or to negotiate our way closer to building allyship with this gentleman person. I don't know why my Hispanic's coming through.
Because you're whispering. You're
Yeah. I don't know why I'm even still whispering. Because we don't need to. We have the cone of silence. Anyways, so you're gonna go with Laura. You're gonna go execute a mission. In the meantime, Pistoliero, Karl, Dominique, and I will figure out arrangements to move forward via land, because we can't teleport from here. There's none of that happening. And in the meantime,
the reason you guys can't teleport is because it would be a tip off.
Any mudblood is detected. Any dirt blood is totally detected. They've had plenty of years to sample mudblood.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Plenty of opportunity. There's tons of mudblood. In fact, there's a lot of mudblood that work in the Arcana Pansophago, which or did for a long time until
no.
they turned.
Maya's little child is mudblood.
Yeah, I mean there's the few that are there are under special circumstances or monitored or proven to be very, very loyal, or at least for sure fought when the first Arcana Pansophago when they tried to civil war each other, or they tried to take over. When Wooster, it doesn't matter. So that's today's mission. Oh, and they're completely they're really watching us right now. However, I did find out that Los was able to set up the thing that disables um that we don't have to worry about
Crystal ball.
Elita, this woman named Elita, which apparently it's like supposed to like have an Overwatch and has the ability to like scan anywhere, like the CIA secret like
It
satellite version shit.
her name is Arena
Oh,
Radar,
okay.
and she's one of the eyes. So if the eyes are disabled, we're good right now.
Yeah. But like they're totally like looking for us and Los and like um so they're like totally looking for us. There's probably even a few secret Arcana Pontifical or other of their sub agents here that we should probably watch out for. So like we have to be extra on the down low as we get nearer and nearer. That's why we're gonna hopefully use a sub tunnel system. Okay, like that's it. Any questions?
Do we know any of their recognition symbols? Because maybe we can try and find them and eliminate them.
No.
Yeah.
That would draw attention. The right cue? Yeah.
We don't need them on us.
If they're dead, they're not on us.
They might have disabled the eyes on us. It doesn't mean they disabled the eyes on them.
Yeah, that's a good point. They have other little magical things to look out for. They look like these little white bright lights. Um, right now we're kind of like we have certain things to dispel things around us, but yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, let's. I mean, I don't know what other magics do they have here that for monitoring us that we should watch out for.
We should avoid any clerics of high power status, and we should avoid any mages currently on your guys' way. I have to actually slip into somebody's form.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess Laura will explain more to you, and we'll make some arrangements. And I think the plan is for you maybe to meet back here in, let's keep in take your walkie talkies. We'll be in communication, but let's meet back here in like a few days. Let's check in at least in 48 hours, or no, let's call it a week. Let's check in in a week's time.
That should work.
How far will we have gotten by then?
Let's just make arrangements first. Let's make arrangements first, and to see because if possible, we could rendezvous back on the way to Kimal. How's that sound? Well, we'll figure it out when first you have to have your talk with Laura and see what the mission's all about, and we'll go from there.
Technically, if it's a week out, you guys would be just coming out of the Mudra Mines. Unless they go the other, you guys go through the thing and end up at the river.
Yeah. Well, because here on a meta level. Oh, and as you're and I'll tell you what. Let's make arrangements. Let's meet up again. Just for dinner one more time. Let's have the day. Q, you'll get your instructions. We'll meet up and we'll go from there.
That works.
All right. Break. And
Were we in a huddle?
oh no. Oh, this is important. Q, and he detaches this. He turns this thing off and he says, here, be very careful with this. You're to take this with you. I've rigged it up a little surprise. And he like unscrews the bottom and you see it's C4.
Got it. She opens up her little bag of holding, go drop it in.
Done. All right. I think it's gonna go really good with you, Q.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, of course, let's get to that in just a little bit. In the meantime, we'll get to a cool little scene with Q. But in the meantime, Pistoliero, Karl, Dominique, anything you want to do for the next several hours, part of the day, till we meet back up for dinner time?
No.
Oui.
Oh, what would Pistoliero? Oh, by the way, yeah, what would Pistoliero like to do?
Pistoliero will try and find some agents of the Arcana Pacifical.
Ooh, is he going against orders?
Oui.
We, okay, so how would you go about doing this?
The time is not the best time for Pistoliero, so he's going for a cigarette and thinking on some rooftop, looking around, analyzing the situation.
Okay, so I'm thinking investigation would be the best thing. No, but if you're just on a rooftop analyzing, then that's definitely a perception check. So you're people watching. You're looking for things that are, since you know they're looking, you're using counter espionage techniques.
Did you find the roof?
Oh my god, you for sure found somebody. You for sure found somebody suspicious. 100%.
Perfect.
Camera zooms in on some dude acting kind of shady. And looking around, and he's near an alley. The camera recognizes it's the same dude that bumped into Dominique and was trying to bully her.
Not his day.
I mean, Wooster rolled a natural 1.
Yes.
I am going to sneak behind him.
I am so happy right now.
I'm going to ambush him in a dark alley.
Do you want to act like the bait, or do you want to wait till he like moves in and like starts trying to set up and look and goes a little bit into the corner?
We'll see what the dice say.
Okay.
Another one. Apparently, I cannot roll anything above 1 today.
Do you want to do this, or do you want me to do this?
No, go ahead.
You have been infected by the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Oh my god, I love this so much. Thank you. All right, so the same dude, is there, and he's like looking for a victim. He's gonna like, you can see he's got like this little, he's got this cudgel, and he's looking for somebody to mug, and he's just like watching the shadows. Meanwhile, the Pistoliero is like doing the rooftop to rooftop, watching from over him. Does this little subtle parkour thing, lands on his footsteps right on the alley bits on the edge, fence bits, whatever. Just before landing into it, he goes down to land right behind him silently, rolls on a fucking Coke bottle, on a bottle that ding 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 rolls on the alley, goes face first, plants mere feet behind this dude. What the fuck? And it's Pistoliero there on the ground, splatted. Pistoliero, what would you like to do?
Yeah, hey, get up. Didn't it? Sacre bleu. That was more slippery than I thought.
You see like a look of confusion from this guy. What are you doing here? And then like, well, look what gift just dropped down from heaven for me. Say, you wouldn't be able to help a fellow down on his luck, would you? Give him a few of your coin, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yes. So, cut to
Oui.
Meanwhile, while this conversation is happening, and the camera fades out to the on the corner, and there briefly is the figure of death just watching. Cut to Karl and Dominique. What would you like to do? Anything special?
Do I see? I don't see.
We don't.
Different.
Yeah.
No clue.
Damn, I wish I had that crystal ball. I want to watch this.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. It's like, oh, there is a connection. Nope. Damn it.
Hey, Dominic, let's play some cards. Here you go.
Sure.
All right.
So play cards with Karl.
While that's happening, you just off like about a few hours right outside of town, like a dark secluded foresty bit that you were shown to meet up where. And as you're arriving there, like the music gets haunting. It's a dense part of the forest, and it seems very, very dense because it's very dark here. When from like as you're looking around, waiting, looking at your clock, where's she at? 5 minutes overdue. Out of one of the trees steps out Laura. All in black veil. I'm
behind the veil.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Here's what we need to do. We are going to meet with a gentleman, and we're going to give her two options: join us or die. But we will do it politically. We will offer her money first. If she says no, well, we killed her, and you are our ace up your sleeve.
Are we talking about Miss Leia?
Yes.
Does your sister have her occupied currently?
Yes.
Okay, I think I know where we're going.
This sounds like misleading.
Miss.
We're about to find out what really went down.
So, why don't you help me tell, from your perspective, what really goes down?
So, Lara basically goes with the little boat, has me sent out to the tavern where Leia performs, where everybody goes, where the gentleman goes. But she is not in her Q form. She is as Leia. While she's there, she sees her figure that she saw back in Whiterun or Whitestone. Bumps into her as a servant and says with a note, and we'll leave that by itself as she's heading to go set herself up for the gentleman's lackey to find her. So yes. She knows the gentleman. She knows Veritas has been looking for Leia. She knows that Veritas does still believe in second chances and all this. And this is where Laura and Q know, let's stir the pot.
Yes. Either solution is good for us. We are to create chaos. Either way.
So with the non-detection spell, it worked to fool Veritas. It worked to fool the Pensophical to thinking they were having Leia this whole entire time.
How far back does this plan go?
So Q knows Leia. She knows of Leia. Q was technically Woosterian's understudy. So she knew what was supposed to be going on. She knew what was going to happen. Woosterian did take some corroboree for what happened to Leia, but it was all just a setup and plan. Q has always been watching Leia from the shadows. Q knows Leia. She knows Pensophical. She has here and there.
You've been working with Laura for a long time.
So she has dropped in a few times as Leia and as this drow Maya. So nobody has really been able to tell who's who because she has studied. So this whole plan with Veritas was basically to see if what Q has learned is paid off and won't tip the scale. So as we are at this meeting, yes, Leia would try to help her friends. Yes, she didn't start the fight, but it was Q who didn't want to get involved and made it look like Leia was basically choosing her side.
Yes.
While this is going on, Leia is actually on a side question for Maria. So she has no clue what's going on. She does not know what's happening. So as we saw one dimension door open and another one open, they were two different people.
Yes. Complicated plans from Laura, Los, and Maria. Because you've been working with Maria and Laura for a long time. Long time.
Laura more than Maria. Maria does not trust Q at all because she is of this realm.
Yes.
The only reason Maria even stands Leia is because Woosterian vouched for her. And that was even harder to do.
Yes. Well, we can all watch the how that episode went in our special previous previous one shot that came out of little just like, oh, whatever, let's just have one thing happen. I love how it's all coming back together as a long conned plan. And you know what happens from there. It's nighttime. Let's this is the plan that you're going to do. in the near future. So with Pistoliero, Karl, Dominique, Q, and Radar all back together, why don't we go on a, I don't know, 5-minute break, or do you guys want to plan up and do stuff?
We could take a break right now.
Plan up and then what's that?
We could take a break right now if you want.
Yeah, let's take a break right now.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? I missed that.
And 10. Oh my God. Oh, we're back. Okay.
He did that on purpose.
I know.
Well, I'm not getting that joke out on live TV. You ain't catching me with that.
No.
Exactly.
That will be saved for the 2D4 RPG After Dark.
After dark.
After dark.
After dark.
Our only
We all
fans
can get a little bit
exclusive.
of this. Yeah. Ooh. Get some. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Been going to the gym lately. I can now lift.
My arm?
Yes.
So
I have to say, I can actually move my leg over my other leg
Oh, yeah.
and not hear my back go crack, crack, crack.
Nice.
I can now lift spirits.
Oh, I
am right now about to kill a frog.
I can lift a donut.
Why?
What did Froggy
because
do?
of the head cannon.
Yeah, that's why I'm about to kill a frog.
Oh, what? Tell us some of the head. Well, what else?
I know what Discords you're in, sir.
Rule 34. That shit. All right. Let's let's continue then. Back in. So, we know how that goes. We know as a group that mission doesn't go well, or it kind of goes well, but the end gist is that we have a partial map of the underground, and we have a system to go down. It'll probably be laid with traps by the time we get there. So, do we want to come back like 1 week and get our plan, or do you want to just RP from like a few hours later? You get back, you now know what the mission is going to be. Do we want to just plan from what are we thinking as a group? I'm letting you guys decide.
Can I intercede on something on that?
Sure.
Because of what Q did, that would technically be the easiest way to get into the tunnels is going through that spot.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the least resistance, and they're not going to think of touching that stuff.
And you know that it's still the best, even though with that failure. All right. So, yeah, the tunnels is the better way. It avoids all of the overhead Emon stuff. All you have to do is just get to Emon, and once you're there.
Oh, Kitty,
hello.
You scared me.
Okay, that was a cross between a cat and Donald Duck.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, hi Kitty. We all love kitties. Oh, now I can't be my evil person with cats that are around.
Why not?
They're my soft spot. They bring out my soft spot. Anywho, moving on. So let's be evil after all.
I just remembered about the episode.
What are you thinking? Because sometimes you misremember, or we could rewrite stuff. What's up?
So, did anybody from the other three that were there for Veritas's thing, did anybody take the silencer, or did they just leave it at the wreckage?
Silencer?
I have a question. It was a truth machine. It was a truth machine. It wasn't a silencer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a truth machine. Correct. It's the same thing. We used it here for a cone of silence, but it's the same thing. It's both the it's a both the cone of silence truth machine device and because she played with it, she re-runed it, she enhanced it with Taldori magic. But it was that exact same thing that Radar handed you. So you no longer have a cone of silence anymore. It blew up.
Oh, so did it blow up at the end of that episode, or was it in the wreckage?
I remember it triggering, didn't it? Or
I don't think it got triggered. That's why I'm asking if they ever handed it over, because if not, it's in the wreckage.
Not in the wreckage. Veritas picked it up.
I can't remember.
Because during the fight, she took it, put it in, and got ready to fight. Because she was like, oh, shit, these are my guys.
But I had it for it to be set off as a. I think what happened is somebody brushed it off like last second, but it exploded elsewhere. Because I'm pretty sure I asked all of you to do a saving roll to see if you got caught in the blast radius. That was like one of my intro moves to get your health down. Maybe I'm misremembering. Anyways, does it matter in any way, shape, or form? What's your plan? What's your end goal here?
My idea was if it hadn't gone, that's a backup safety measure for them to get out of the tunnels or to blow up their way into the tunnel, so it'd take a little bit longer for the Pensophical to get to you.
You got tons of C4 at your disposal. I don't care. That bomb is gone. You have more C4. You have more bombs. Don't worry about it. We got shit from dirt. Radars, like I got whatever explosives you need. Like,
actually, C4 is so 1990s. We got C6 now.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we got a much stabler firm, and it's actually, and this compound in particular has been found to be Taldori safe, so it doesn't get influenced by the wild magic.
Ooh, we got 6B. Ooh, nice.
So, so here we are. So let's just pull this. Let's do this. It's a week later. We're all regathering at the mission. Let's say we're meeting now in Kemal. We're halfway there. We're in Kemal. The end goal was like you're gonna go there, do your thing at Emon for about a week. In the meantime, we're going from Westrun to Kemal, and now here we are post that, and we're halfway there to Emon. We're in Kemal now at another round table meeting for all of us, discussing our next part of the plans.
Should get rectangular tables next time. These round ones are just everybody's too far apart.
I secured us way into the tunnels.
All right. What's the plan?
We're going through a tavern that just burnt down. It takes them over 3 months to just get building permits. So no one's going anywhere near there. On top of it, there's going to be no security. There's going to be no added security in that area because they're going to be tearing it down. So that's our best way in.
I see. So that's our entry, and we go in to the let's since we're in the map portion, let's show that part of the map. Let's do this. Is you guys?
No, that's the other party.
That's the old party.
You know what? I'm gonna move them off map. I don't want to hit delete on these guys. I just want to move them off map because you will probably be back at some point. Okay, that's a good spot. All right, so let's get a pencil. So here we are. Table overview. It's all of us, Radar, everybody here. We're in our own, like a room or something. Completely different bar, different whatever. We could talk freely. We've got this map splayed over the table, and you're explaining the you're explaining the plan, and I think with Radar's help, we're going to say that point of entry. What would be a good point of entry for that barn? How about for that bar? How about right here?
Yeah, that would be where the bar would be located because it was in a built up area, but not fully built up.
Yeah. I mean, it could be dead center. It could be like dead center of Emon, like the upper slums, like right about here, or maybe even closer to here by this entry road, because you guys are gonna have to enter in somewhere.
Well, I was gonna say the first spot because that makes more sense because it's between the temple and the military district.
Yeah,
That makes more sense.
yeah, that's right, because that means that your pathway is gonna get from here, and you know that from previous adventures, that the temple district and the military district have been connected, because that's where the old Arcana Pensophago was.
Mm-hmm.
But now you know that the new Arcana Pensophago is dead center of the inside of the Cloud District. Because if we watch the cartoon, or yeah, the cartoon, the Adventures the Adventures of
Vox
Vox
Machina.
Machina.
Vox Machina, the dragon blasts a hole dead center through the Cloud District. You know, to the so, and that's where he made his lair. Where eventually that heals up, and that's where thanks to most of the funding provided by luck,
Chance.
by chance, most of the funding provided by chance, and a little bit of Emon and a little bit from the Arcana Pensophago, it's been rebuilt inside of the Cloud District, that center of the mass. So these tunnels here are definitely gonna be your way in. What in orange, your final destination, going to be here.
You finally got to use that. Our final destination.
Well, you also got to look at it. Los also wants the portal to be set down as close as possible. I don't think he wants it inside the philosophical itself because he's got to get enough army men through. So going through the old tunnels.
Actually, on that note, let me interrupt you there, Q. If you don't mind, Q.
Okay, go right ahead.
That is the actual plan. We're to get it as close to the point of where Allura or our center. The end goal is we need to get to Allura, or at least Los does. We're not to. I mean, he wants to kill and blow on her, but we're to go in, and with a matter of a coordinated strike, we'll have our chance window. And I think you have provided, between you and a couple of architects and other things, we're kind of see a kind of a pathway for you to get there. It's hand-drawn maps that you both like. You provide from hand-drawn from you've trekked the things, but a lot of the Arcana Pensophago is still restricted to your level 8. So you don't have access to stuff above your level of 8, level 9, 10, and above.
Maya, the last time she saw her, she was about probably a level 6 or 7, so she doesn't use her as nearly as enough as she would have used somebody else. So she knows that once we're in the tunnels themselves, she's not going to be using anybody because she doesn't know where their level is.
Good call. There you go. So,
but from the history and the tunnels, the best safe spot is basically where you made that X. Is there is a spot where we can drop the portal for him to continue through. Because it's the old Pensophical offices and buildings. They're not used anymore. They're dead catacombs.
There. Yes. Perfect opportunity. Yes, and So that's the plan then. Yeah. That works. That works. Our timeline's still good. They're still doing they're still setting up elsewhere. Um, their forces are coordinated. Everything's still been on. There has been no word so far. We have a few um, since the attack at the slums. By the time we get there in about 3-4 weeks, it'll be a perfect opportunity for us to infiltrate there. The heat will have died down enough by then, I think. So,
They'll be possibly, if I'm correct right now, the gentleman is in process of trying to get the permits to rebuild.
hmm,
So the gentlemen in the class are currently preoccupied getting their permits to rebuild their facility.
okay, okay, yeah. Good, good. That gives us a perfect window of input. We're aiming for 3 weeks from now. Should we take a caravan by ourselves to speed things through? Do you want to? We could still hit it if we go with the main caravans, and I think the pros from period there are a lot more are a lot quicker and still thoughts, plans.
Because there was the explosion, there should be a caravan leaving here in the next day or so, bringing supplies.
Hmm.
We could hit that one, and no one's really going to know wiser.
And we could use that as our way to get to the construction zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we disguise ourselves as construction. Karl, you still have the big shield that could you put that as like some sort of construction material.
I was usually keeping it hidden, but
That works too. That works
yeah.
too. Yeah.
At this
Pistoliero,
point,
Dominique?
Pistoliero returns. His face is covered in ketchup. He walks into the table and wipes it into a napkin.
Why is your face covered in ketchup?
I had a snacksident.
Snacks.
So it wasn't ketchup.
Wasn't that a couple of weeks ago? But okay, I mean a week ago. But okay.
All right, moving on. Yes, that is a good one. Snacksident. I love it. Okay, so your Wookie roll. Everybody knows the plan. Pistoliero, Dominique. Any questions, concerns? Any you want to add or change it up?
Nope.
Nope.
She's just making sure she has all her stuff. She knows the plan. She's gonna make sure she's more I don't want to say armored up, but she has more knives and um stuff to keep herself from getting hurt again.
Gotcha.
When camera moves back to Pistoliero, he's putting on a hard hat and he's in a high vis vest with a tool with a toolbox on the table. Like, I am ready.
So, why don't we do this? Why don't we take this opportunity? Do a couple of scenes and as transition. Okay, that's the plan, and then he starts rolling up the map. Preparations are being made. We'll have a day or two for you to explore, do little things, have little scenes before we transition to actually our final destination, close to the upper slums.
Oh, and by the way, Karl, I think you were cheating me on that card game.
Oh, I certainly was.
You were trying to.
No, I certainly was. They're my cards. I guarantee you, I was.
Do you think you guys want to use that in and to cheat a few hands here at poker games between the two of you as a
Yeah.
coordinated attack?
Okay.
Let's have some impromptu gambling.
Yeah.
I will
Now, I'm
join.
gonna give you guys advantage. I'm definitely gonna give you guys advantage, right? First off, tavern. It's gambling area. Karl knows the exact same place for this to happen. Why don't you, either one of you, do you want to roll separately or with advantage?
Roll what?
Roll a. What do I want to?
Depends on the style of cheating. Are you bluffing or are you switching cards?
Yeah,
Sleight of hand,
sleight of hand.
perception.
Or do
Sleight
you
of hand.
have a gambling kit with
I
with
do
the
have a
skill?
playing card. That's why am I talking like you again?
It is infection.
You did it to me again.
Welcome to
Let's
the
do
infection.
sleight of hand.
I'll be back with my playing card set. Yes, that's it.
So
I catch him. The night before I catch him trying to do it, that whole thing. And I'm like, no. Let me see your cards. Okay. Tell me how you're doing this. And then he tells me how
It's a
he's doing.
secret. I'm not telling you.
You're
we're
telling
gonna
me.
make money together. We're gonna have this scene here. Do you want to
Yeah.
do this by sleight of hand, by verbal deception? One of you rolls, each of you roll separately, or to one of you with advantage.
I can
I'll do
I can do sleight of hand.
Oh, both of you could do sleight of hand. Sleight of hand it is. Roll me each one of you individually versus mine.
Okay, we've had 3 rolls so far that weren't D4s and they've all been ones. Okay. See if I get one. Nope.
Carl made it. I didn't.
The
What the hell
first
with the ones? What is up with the ones?
That's what I just said. We've had 3 rolls so far today and they were all ones. And then I got a
We had them in the row.
Oh my God.
We are
So I was
channeling
just
somebody
learning.
else.
I was just learning how to use his cards. So, but Carl's got it.
Here's the thing.
Before you announce the results, can the Pistoliero roll?
You start. I don't know if wait, are Pistoliero, or is anybody there else besides Karl and Dominique?
Oui, moi.
Well, if this is at the table, then yes, we
No,
are
no, no,
there.
no, no. This is just
No,
a
no.
little scene by themselves in this
Oh.
terrible part of town where they're going to try to cheat at cards together.
Nope.
Oui. Pistoliero will not be joining the game, but Pistoliero will be trying to steal from the people playing the game.
Well, from your point of view, as you're watching, you see as you flip out the thing and you start, as Dominique starts rolling in, haha, I've got the winning hand. The dude that you're playing against puts down a knife. No, you're not, bitch. I saw you cheating.
What?
I
Yes.
have the winning hand, not her.
There you go, Karl. But like,
What?
but and he's like, you two are working together because of that. Like he's accusing Karl. Yet as it's happening, he like not so fast. And as puts the knife down, he pulls out Dominique's hand, and you can see like a little card thing there. Guys, cause since you were the shuffler, you were the dealer. I saw you dealing that, and the table
Okay.
starts erupting.
Really?
Let's have a
No.
little.
I try to do persuasion to say, that he's wrong.
Roll it.
come on.
What?
No, absolutely.
Uh,
I wasn't cheating. I'm innocent. What do you mean that there's
That is
something
deception, not a persuasion.
Yeah.
persuasion? I'm persuading
It's,
them.
no, it's deception
Nope.
for sure.
It's deception when you're directly lying.
Thank you, Wooster. I appreciate you.
Oh, so
Ooh.
deception. I need deception, not persuasion. I'm trying to
Mhm.
persuade him that he didn't see what he saw.
No,
Okay,
that
no.
is intimidation.
No, persuasion is what
Yeah,
Leia and half
I
of my
totally
characters
screwed
do.
up on it.
Yeah.
I believed you. Oh, when you were trying to
Fights.
persuade me.
Fights
Yeah.
are definitely happening. It's the usual bar fight scene where somebody's cheating at hands at cards, money gets tossed about, gold coins everywhere, cards are scattered, tables are going through, brawl fights happening. Pistoliero, will cut to your point of view. Do you want to do anything comedic at this point in time?
But by the way, Pistoliero, before you went and hid there, I signaled you to pick up what's on the floor, or what's going to be on the floor.
Oh, no. No, nothing so easy. Pistoliero is around the table. And Pistoliero is rifling through the pockets one after time. While they are focusing on fighting, going like, "Ooh, what is this? A knife? Oh, I will keep it."
Nice. Roll me a
What
sleight of
is
hand.
this? A sword?
Roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Do I get the advantage because they are distracted?
No, because it's comedy that I want you to fail.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh
my
there's
God.
the one again.
Oh my
Getting your wish again.
I mean, first off, you do have
Seriously.
one. You do have one. If you want to use it, you do have one
Inspiration.
inspiration. But I mean, let's go with comedy. What do you want to have happen here? I'm making you suffer. You come up with the consequences.
of your actions.
It is a knife
Yes.
attached to a hand and a face. Oops.
Boom. Yeah. Boom. And so we'll cut from there. And move on with the story. It's later. Pistoliero, Karl, Dominique have obviously been involved in a bar fight.
Black eye. Got a black eye. Got a couple of cuts across their face.
Yeah.
Are they walking into our tavern at this point?
Comedic thing, it's like, look, it's the Grim Reaper. And he tries to underneath the table.
You know what? I'm gonna yes end this. And while the background and stuff is happening, they're sitting down at the tavern, unseen by anybody else, is Death, with a big mug of beer in his hand, looking at it in the background. As the trumpet sound that I find annoying in comedy music is happening, and then we'll splash out to the scene elsewhere. Because Q is having a conversation with Radar. So like can you like change into like anything?
Anything with limitations.
Oh?
There's a few things, a quid pro quos, I can't turn into everything and anything underneath the sun.
I'm
and
sorry.
no Puff the Magic Dragon either.
What about Dragonborn? Like, can it turn into like Dragonborn?
They're large, aren't they?
They're humanoid, but they have a tail. Some can have a tail. Mostly, it's like dragon skin, and they can scale anything from like barely any visible scales on top of skin in a sexy form
I
to
was talking
very.
about size. Are they medium
They
or
are
large?
medium.
Oh, they're medium. They're
so
medium.
Okay. So yes, I can turn into Dragonborn. Anything medium and small I can do. I can't do large or gigantic.
At this point, he like turns really pink, and he's like, what about the girly bits? Because like it turns out they have like a cloacia.
Trying to find out something, Radar.
Yeah, again, very embarrassed and can't even see. I'm just like trying to figure out how magic stuff works. I mean, you're like very. I mean, you're so unique and cool, and you could turn. I mean, I just know how to do stuff, but you're wow.
Because the persona Q takes is usually a human bard. She automatically, her skin goes really dark. Her eyes are going red. Her hair is black as ebony. She looks right at Radar and goes, there are some females you don't want to mess with because you're dead meat to them. And she gets up and walks away.
Fantastic. We'll cut right there. Yes. Fantastically handled.
Technically Q is wavering between two people.
Yeah, yeah.
You're looking into the second.
Radar is definitely Radar is yeah. And he's like he's stupid. What did you say? Stupid. And we'll cut away from there. So let's do first off, we're increasing to we're leveling up to between now, we're gonna cut to straight to going to Emon. Or at least on the caravan there, getting there. You're you need a couple of supplies. We're gonna cut to the caravan and uh let's see, you were getting extra knives, extra protection, different clothing with the people. Because of all the like things happening, I want you all to try to figure out a way to blend in with the crew, with like the crew on the caravan towards Iman. What would you guys like to think of? I needed some skill checks to see how well things go. Carl, you're muted.
Thank you. I just noticed. Are they traveling with the same kind of entourage as the first time when we were waylaid?
With like the
Like
guards?
with guards and stuff?
No.
Nah, it's not as dangerous here.
The first
But you
caravan
could be a guard if you want to be like try to be like the hired muscle.
Well, I was thinking there would be guards, but okay. Who's going to send on a caravan that's not guarded? Somebody who wants it robbed. Oh, but who's going to rob construction materials? Good point.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to build a town where they're robbing you. Okay. All right. I'm going to be.
These are sturdy men. They could mostly handle themselves.
I'm going to arrange
Men
so
and
that
women.
our cart can have some lumber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll be dressed more as a I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I
I
sleep all
love
night
it.
and I work all day.
I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Why don't you roll me a ooh. What is it's either I don't know. I want to say deception. What would you like to think would be good to? I'm going to ask for challenges. Let's go for like
Oh,
three, one of these challenge things
I'm
of the group.
screwed. Okay. Because stealth isn't going to work, so that would be deception, maybe.
That would work. Yeah, yeah. Roll me a deception. Very good. The DC is 13 on this. It's pretty good. You you got the log. You're a big burly man. You're singing the song. You're definitely of the lumberjack crew, as is anybody else that would like to be. The cart is full of lumber and other stuff. Pistoliero. So the challenge is let's get three successes or three failures. But you guys roll. Give me something that you think one of your skills that you would roll to get a success to move along on this journey from Kemal to Emon while maintaining stealth and going against challenges. Dominique, what would you like?
I'm really good at disguise now. So I can,
Want to roll it?
I can actually, mimic people that I hear like I'm a native. So I can mimic.
How's that happen? First off, mechanically, is there anything that aids with that so that you could give me a roll? How's that work?
I just, let me,
Oh, good, 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 good. All right. So with this, you know how you rolled last time, persuasion. Well, you were good at that before, right? You're good at persuasion. Roll me that again. There we go. 13. Exactly what you needed. It's not quite, I don't want to give you advantage on that, but still, you're good. We have two successes. You're able to, even though you're strange to this land, and I mean, you're not the typical, you're between maybe one and another woman who is named Zarya, and she is big, beefy, looks almost Russian, has got very pink hair, uh, huge muscles, is definitely one of these workers, and she's a no-nonsense girl. She's her and maybe a few other females, but you're small, petite, and so you're disguised well, but it's not the best. But it's a
Some
success.
some
You
light
do.
people have to climb onto the roofs, you know.
There you go. So, Pistoliero and Q, what would you like to do? How would you like to add? And it can't be persuasion, and it can't be deception.
I have the role. It is quite simple. When the lumberjack is marching on, you see in his backpack, it cracks up open, and Pistoliero looks out and goes, and goes back in. He's hiding in the backpack.
All right. Whose backpack?
In the Karl's backpack.
In Carl. So, Pistoliero is hiding on Carl's backpack. Roll me a stealth. But how does
Is
that
it?
help? Oh, 17? Perfect. Sure. Yes. Yes, and.
Just out of interest sake, do I have to do like a strength check?
No!
How big
The
is Pistoliero?
The Pistoliero does not weigh. You do not notice how much Pistoliero weighs.
It would normally be like the pickaxe and all that. I mean, it's what the backpack feels full of all these tools whenever you're carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's empty right now, with the exception of Pistoliero, who weighs exactly comedically pretty close to it, so you barely notice.
So because those three have succeeded, can Q just tell her side of what she did?
Yes.
So we got radar too here.
What's that?
And we have radar also that has to. So Q came up with an idea with radar.
Okay.
because she knew the conversation the day beforehand she had with Radar. She's put two to two together. He's puppy dogging. She stays in her human bard form and goes, "Oh, honey, let's get ready for our wedding. And by like you trying to figure out what we need for supplies, and they'll teach you everything."
Ew.
So
He's not puppy dog. He's a horn dog.
you guys weren't around. You guys were getting a fist fight.
This is not part of the Wookiee rule. Yeah, unwookiee.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff, and you guys don't know what's going on, but with what happened between me and Radar. So you have no clue what's going on.
So, what would you like to have happen?
I'm going to basically try to get him apprenticeship into this construction group, which would be persuasion.
Okay. So you want to roll persuasion then?
Yeah, you might not want to look.
Holy shit.
You might not want to look.
Wow. So yeah, great. Fantastic. So I mean Radar looks cute in brand spanking new uniform that looks very close to Karl's with the so it's funny to see Karl, big burly Superman with moving logs, and here's little Radar struggling as well to load them onto the cart as needed and setting stuff up.
I am skipping the work.
I've added Radar as a apprentice helper with Karl now. That'll be let's see where that. All right, so quick montage. We're on the road. We're blending in very well. Things go very smoothly on the road to on the road to Emon. We'll cut to a quick scene where we're getting maybe a few hours journey away from Emon. We're still on the caravan. Days have passed. Camaraderie has happened. We've done campfire, little stories on the way here. Timeline is close, or at least, we're on plan to get to Emon, go into the subterranean tunnels. As we're approaching, is there any little quick things that you would like to go over before we get to Emon? We have a little private time.
Radar, I just noticed.
Hmm.
We both have the same glasses. Pushes the glasses up his nose.
Yeah, well, like these allow me to see in the dark infrared, they're built in with all this cool tech. I see yours.
They do? Wow.
I mean, mine's cool. a little bit better model. Try mine out. They're a little bit higher end model.
Mine fixes my eyesight.
Oh. No, you. These
actually no. Yeah, and actually exactly that. You try mine, and if he puts them on, and where he puts them on, it's like he's looking through really old Coke bottle glasses. It really fucks up his eyesight. See?
Wow.
And then I take them back and put them back on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear Q giggling off at the distance at this whole entire thing.
We'll zoom in as Karl and Radar are having some whatever bonding time over glasses and technology, and he's showing off his gear. He's saying these allow you to see in the dark. They have infrared zoom, they have zoom, and they're specially built to detect certain certain radar thing. They're they're similar in nature to your special glasses, except that these don't have that LED thing or the tech bit built into it. These are slightly different. No, they're very similar to your glasses, just a different model, whatever. Well, this is happening. The camera zooms out to reveal Q. Um, anything special as we're approaching him
Q
on?
Q saw the exchange and was giggling as she's walking over to the technically cooking tent because she offered to cook. So she's been cooking meals, but at the same point trying to get the dirt people to understand that they're not going to get their normal cuisines.
Mm,
Like Q can you'll see Q taking out her bag and she's rummaging through and she'll like pull out like a thing of paprika or salt or pepper, but those aren't normal to Tildori cuisine. So
yeah,
she's trying to wean them away from stuff they're used to.
fantastic. Yes, I like you being the cook here. Everybody's been very appreciative. I don't think we need. Do we need to roll for this? Nah, let's not roll for this.
You want me to roll for it? I can.
Yeah, let's do it.
What would you like me to roll it, Undasa?
Oh boy, what would be a cuisine-based roll for this? I don't even know.
If it's magical
Medicine?
food, arcana, medicine or survival.
Survival would be a great one. Yeah,
Survival, performance.
performance is good too because you're actually doing the mix. Yeah, let's say with performance because you're. Yes, I'm into performance.
He doesn't want to look at my numbers.
You have a lot of skills that you've picked up. Definitely, this is part of the tools of the trade of fitting in different cultures and different cuisines. As elves like things differently than humans, than mudblood, than dirts. So fantastic. Everybody's the meals are great. It's subtle. Everybody enjoys it, and you're little by little weaning it off as needed. So we get to so you know anything else? Let's say that's cool. I like it. Pistoliero. Give me something evil that you're doing that you've been done or have done recently.
Me, the evil? Well, at this one point, I was trying to get the coffee, but it turns out I was being suspicious. I had to leave. So later on, when nobody was watching, I went back to the tent and I swapped all the sugar cubes for salt cubes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Is there one person in particular that you're pointing out to be the butt of the joke?
It would be the cube.
So everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is delicious! What did you put into this?" You take the bite and you're like, "Oh my!" And everybody's like,
No, drink a sip of the coffee.
the coffee, you know, it's perfect." You're like, and everybody has the perfect morning roast, and you're like, "You like this? What?"
Q grabs it and immediately just can smell the salt. Doesn't taste it, smells it.
Oh, I'm going to have to insist on you rolling the perception.
You know what? Let's roll a perception versus a sleight of hand.
Ooh.
Yes.
Who's rolling?
Let's do this.
Take my 11.
Q, roll me a perception.
I will use my inspiration.
Oh my god! What an amazing use! Yes, please do so.
Do I roll again?
So yes, roll again.
Oh, and before he rolls, I was going to say, before he rolls, I tap him on his shoulder.
You wouldn't know this. Come on. You can't
okay.
fire him. This is not a...
It doesn't work. It doesn't work in his favor.
Even better. He's like, I did an extra good job. I double switched them. And Q immediately looks at Pistoliero. He's like,
Pistoliero. I have a fresh baguette I just made you. with homemade butter. But I kind of think you would want a French press coffee with it, right?
We
I'm sorry. I think I will give this to the guild master instead for the construction.
Hey, this is good. Your cooking is like the best. Can I have both of them?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Awesome. Hmm.
It's okay. I have dough rising, so we can make some more later.
This is the exact same camaraderie that I need to have happen right before we go into the next part. We'll cut from here. And we've arrived at we're the guards at the doors of Emon. We are here. I'm going to draw a little circle where we're at. So from here, the caravan is going to travel to here. But you know, there's guards and shit there. You guys have done a fantastic little job of so far because of your great roles. You did fantastic to go through things. You want to disembark here or follow this caravan of lumberjacks to the slums? I'm going to leave some choices up to you and for some stuff to happen as we approach.
That's where we want to go anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll just move on then, unless there's any objections. You guys, the guards, you see them exchange paperwork. That queue's already prepared. Everybody's stuff is good. The caravan moves through towards the section where the night, you know, the head guy, he checks in with the local workers, and you see him talking to some people, and he's making arrangements for everybody to, like, you know, get a good rest for the night. You guys, part of the wages to be here is the rooms are paid for. So we have room and lodging, and then you get to work, and then once this and a couple of other projects are complete for this contract, you'll be able to do shit. So it's nighttime. They're making arrangements. Work doesn't start till morning. We'll cut to you guys. First off, you guys are a level 7. And this whole time being up here, like, especially once you like get nearby and hear the previous night where you when you're sleeping here, the previous night you're sleeping, and you are now at level 7 for having gotten here, and you start sensing that this magical realm is affecting you in different and weird ways. And Radar explains that these strange, because of where we're at, things are in an accelerated pace. It's almost like the movie magic is interfering with dirt technology, interfering with Tal'Dorei technology, and you guys are all caught up in the middle of it. Movie magic in particular is pulling you through a rapid pace of accelerated leveling up, and you guys can feel it. It's in subtle ways, and you don't quite know, but you know what your new powers are going as you're looking, as all three of you are standing around this burnt down tavern. It's dead of night. There's really nowhere around. There's barely a lingering smell of that smoked wood in the area. you're surveilling the area where it's been cordoned off and construction is going to happen, but you guys can just get bypass all that and you're standing around where the entrances are to the tunnels that you're going to be at. Cut to you guys.
I feel bad for the tavern owner.
Don't feel bad for her.
So, like, is this this is the tunnel system then, huh? We go in here. It looks kind of scary, kind of like haunted.
It's not haunted, Radar. Put on your big boy panties.
You sure there's I mean, is anybody here good for traps? I mean, it's a D&D thing, right? I mean, there's always, we're gonna go into tunnels. There's gonna be traps, right? There's traps, right?
Okay, so
what about spiders? I don't like spiders. If there's any spiders in there, there's no way.
Q looks at Radar and goes, "This was the gentleman's home, main home hub for all of work. There is no traps here."
You see Dominique just rolled her eyes to Radar and just turns around and just like, whatever.
Q goes, how much do you trust me, Radar?
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh, I failed!
Holy
The
shit,
ones
you
came
got
back.
too.
When you say that, you could see like the hurt in his face from nights previous. Is it because I'm weak?
No.
I can do tough things. I've proven myself.
You, knowing she's hearing Radar and she knows that everybody's around and she's like, I'm not going to deal with this in the back of her head. She steps into the pile and starts going right through.
This
Fantastic.
is the pity. I would
There's
never.
friction. You all notice like some friction. You don't know what's what, but there's suddenly some strange friction there. And you can see how, like, as soon as Q walks away, the radar. Damn it, radar. Never say things right. He's like, I'm not scared. Come on, let's go.
It's okay, Radar. You've been doing a good job pretending to be my assistant. You got to have more confidence in yourself.
Give me a persuasion with advantage. No, just give me a normal persuasion.
Persuasion. Do I do that?
Yeah.
No, I don't do persuasion.
You better.
No, you better
Wow, 16.
Thanks, Karl. Yeah, I got this. I appreciate you. Let's go. I know you got my back.
If that hadn't worked, I would have used intimidation. No.
So, you start going down. Does anybody know Thieves' Cant? What's up, Dominique? What's going through your brain right now as you're seeing this? And you have very good people watching.
Even
Yes.
if we did have Thieves' Cant, it would have to be Q, because they would be different from Dirt Thieves' Cant, wouldn't it?
Mm-mm.
No?
Technically, I would probably have to roll a history check because remember, I've been playing as somebody else.
Yeah.
So I would have to do it by history.
Why don't you roll me a history?
You are getting so happy now. Huh.
Yes.
I might have been able to figure it out if it was Earth Thieves' Cant, but not because of my background. But
so Q. Well, she's distracted right now. No, it's fine.
No, I can hear.
Okay. You start looking through, and like you've been here before, recently, 3 weeks ago. You know where the trapdoor is? You start going through, and you start reading the cats on the walls, and immediately you notice it's different. Like there's new. It's like graffiti where you cover over old signals, and there's a new alphabet. Down here, the thieves' cat can be different depending on how you roll from this point forward.
Yay! Oh, I'm sorry, not my character. I'm talking about my other character.
And more
No, what
importantly,
this says.
and more
This
importantly,
one says
Go
the
ahead.
sausages are 20% off.
Meanwhile, as you start like noticing more and more, roll me another perception check to see if there's another one nearby. 22. There's one at the far end of there's like you see where previously you remember at the end of like this hallway there's like on the wall what looks to be more thieves' cats. That
Well,
As-
this is a fucked up situation.
as you go nearby to inspect it, to like, well, you know, what's this one say? 3 things happen.
Uh-oh.
Roll me one more perception check. Actually, roll me an investigation check with disadvantage. As you're moving forward, like seeing some more, like, okay, I don't recognize this, but there's some more over there. You start moving forward, and you hear a click click on the ground as you immediately trip over like a trap. And I want you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm really glad we went up to level 7.
Wait,
Holy
that's just this.
When did we go up to a level 7? Because we still haven't gone up to a level
Before we walked into this building.
Before we walk into this building, it's fine. We're by the time we're close to ending, by the time we come back, we will have been at level 7. So we're gonna level up manually later. But for right
Okay.
now, I'm setting that up. Does that make sense?
Plus your
Yeah.
skills and saving throws right now between 6 and 7 will not really matter. So
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Because when we start this next time, we're gonna be in this tunnel system. And
And-
you're just now realizing there that as like you start noticing and you hear the click click and you go to dodge, a little bit of quick explosion gets set off and you get thrown immediately forward, and you guys that were in from behind and the next person in was Radar, and he's like clearing the dust, you know, like this. The tunnel that you're at starts crumbling as the dust clears up. There's like a layer of rocks from his point of view where you were at, and Radar, no, come on, we gotta get to Q, and he starts like flying through, and as everybody hears this loud bang and an explosion, kind of a little bit forward, and as he's flying through, and everybody that was nearby, you know, kind of following, the camera pulls like this narrow viewpoint as it's fading in from you guys see it, and it just keeps going back and back till it gets out of the hole, and from there, I think we're gonna end the scene, and we'll start this next time.
The next time.
with a split party.
With an axe.
We'll see what happens with
Which I
Q.
think,
Who knows?
which I think we're gonna have to have the old tunnel as our background
Yes.
for next
Mhm.
week.
Yes. Back in the tunnels again, going through a
Yes.
going through
Back
a
in the tunnels again.
maze as we travel through. Oh, wow.
In the mess.
A title for next week. Amazing Adventure.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Write that down.
Or better yet, remind me of the babe.
So,
What?
You remind me of the babe. What babe? Babe with power. Oh my god, you haven't seen Labyrinth?
The what?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
You say Babe, I think of either that pig in the movies or Babe Ruth. That's all I'm thinking of.
I was quoting a song from the Labyrinth.
I've never seen it.
It's a great movie.
I
It's
recently
got
saw it.
David Bowie
And
Yeah.
as the
a very
main
young.
character.
What's the girl? She's very
Jennifer
young.
Connelly.
I'm such a huge crush on Jennifer Connelly, who is exactly age appropriate for me. Thank you very much. A huge.
I'm a huge Labyrinth fan because the main character is Sarah.
Yay! Is that right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie, and it's got an amazing soundtrack. And if you put it with like the surround sound or headphones, it's a good watch. It's Story Circle, and it's got Jim Muppet babies. So I mean Jim Henson Muppets. Words. How do I like playing Radar, Carl? I'm literally playing them just for Froggy, because I'm kind of half torturing him.
I don't know if you're half torturing Froggy or half torturing me at this point.
It was both. It was both.
It's
It
a
was both.
bonus.
I intentionally wanted to make you super embarrassed. I mean, you saw how cringe I played Radar there. We're all flawed. We're all flawed individuals, and Radar has definite cringe flaws. Cringe as F.
Hello, he is he's a horn dog, not a puppy dog. He's a horn dog.
He's
He's wanting
in
to
fantasy
try all
land with
different
like
types
legit
of
like
species.
his real fantasy is all I have to do is pay gold. Yes, the doy.
But again, like apparently Froggy's doing his headcanon that's his way of figuring out what Q will actually do.
Yeah. He had a cute little crush on you for a bit, and then things got awkward, and he's going through his own learning circle of what is right and what is wrong and what's not proper behavior and cringe and how to be better I mean, he's literally a teenager. I mean, you guys don't even know how young he is, so we'll go from there.
All I want to do is just pet him on the head like a little puppy.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not allowed to kill him, so I can
Nope.
only,
Nope, because Q ended up, the NPC was more important.
No, I'm not the reason why we have to keep Radar.
It's because of Froggy. I'm keeping
Froggy wants Radar to live.
Yeah.
So if Carlos gets
torn, not as a horn dog, though.
So if Carlos has to get that limitation of he can't kill off Radar, and I ended up putting my neck out for Radar to save him from being killed, I see it going down.
Yeah.
That was a
cute little
dump a whole
moment.
pile of rocks on his head.
I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna use this opportunity to fuck with y'all. So that's just me torching you all. But next episode, we're going to be exploring the mines, and we'll see where that goes off. What happens there? I hope you all had fun. There was no combat this episode. What's up with that? We barely even rolled.
We've rolled more. We've rolled more this way.
We rolled so many ones.
I'm not kidding. I think we rolled more in skill checks than we have in any of your episodes. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. We were paying a homage to John because he's usually the one that botches rolls.
Yeah, we only had 5
John,
ones.
if poor John wasn't feeling good, that's why he didn't play today. So for anyone that's watching, that's why he wasn't on. So
Froggy says this campaign has been so silly. It is. And I think it's a great contrast where, like, yes, I know my bad guy is all serious and the stakes are all serious and all that, whatever, but this is fun. And you guys are, I mean, you guys are such great characters in this. I love it.
well, I love the fact that she's, that Dominique is now starting to see death everywhere she goes.
Yes, we'll explore that. I have I think Froggy knows where that's going, or at least I think Froggy should know where that's going. Because I'm making an homage to the Golden Ticket thing again. Golden Ticket movie.
Willy
Which
Wonka.
No,
That's what I'm
movie?
thinking.
what is it? The
Last action,
Last
Last
Action
Action
Hero.
action hero.
Yes.
Ready Player One?
No, the Last Action Hero.
Mm.
That's a what, 80s movie?
It's 90s, late 90s, I want to say.
Oh, now we gotta Google this.
Isn't it?
Mm-mm.
You're right. It
It's
might
not.
be early 90s or mid 90s.
1993.
Yep.
My favorite little meta joke inside of that movie is that at one point, like, they're going through and
I'm
there's
the
Arnold
comic
Schwarzenegger.
relief.
No, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger being interviewed on TV, and he's like, "I am so proud of this movie because it had the least deaths on screen as any of the other action hero movies. Where in real life, up until this point, he was so proud to work with Van Heusen for having the most on-screen deaths because of the movie where he's in Mars.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
that-
there was a legit competition.
That's the movie where he's
Wade.
Wait, yeah.
he's in
and
the he
Yeah,
goes
wait.
into the simulation thingy.
Yeah, correct. Total
Yeah,
Recall.
and he
That's
thinks
what it
he's
is.
a
Recall,
Total
yeah.
spy, but he's actually a spy. And
Yeah. Total
oh
Recall.
God,
Well,
what is it called? And they did a remake of it.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, Total
Which
Recall.
was, it's all right.
Total Recall. That's it. Thank you.
Total Recall. So here's the thing, like up until that point, action hero movies have been competing to have the most on-screen death. RoboCop 2 had like something like 300 or 200 or whatever. I'm pulling out these numbers out of my butt. Let's say 200. But then like this movie's like, yeah, we had 350 on-screen deaths. So we had number one movie with the most on-screen deaths. So now as a reversal in Last Action Hero, like, oh yeah, we had the least on-screen deaths ever. I can't do the Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I love that little meta joke inside of it. All right, that's me rambling on and being a nerdy movie guy. Did you guys enjoy this episode? Cool. Anything else you want to go over?
I think by now everyone's getting used to when they're doing a little bit of thing at me because when I heard sugar mixed switched with salt cubes.
Oh.
I think Wooster was literally looking at the camera as he was saying that to see what my reaction was because I was the one cooking.
Yeah, that was a good bit. That's a good bit. Yeah.
I do have some work to go to, so I should stop speaking in this accent.
Well, there we go.
I mean,
and I'm feeling kind of hungry.
Well,
I'm feeling kind of hungry, and I think I'm gonna have some nachos, maybe some bonus nachos.
Everybody.
Bonus nachos, allihopa.
Y'all.